Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Last time, we have made it to Ultima Thule. That's right, we're on the edge of the known universe. This place is trippy as all get out. Look at this place, it is bonkers. That looks like what's left of a planet up there. And I also noticed one other thing, and you'll see it here properly in a few seconds, but this thing has a weird quest title. I think that's supposed to say A Strange New World, but what's going on? Why are we losing characters to weird winding-esque things? A strange new world indeed. Excuse me, Chocobo.
We're fortunate that this place can support life, albeit barely, I suspect, given the torpid, stale quality of the air. But never mind that. We must find Thancred. Let's begin our search from the prow of the ship. It seems as good a direction as any.
Yeah, that's right, when we were trying to get here, and that was a nod in the shadows.
Try not to stray too far, lest we lose sight of one another.
As I was saying, and again, damn, another nod. Anyway, as I was saying, while we were arriving, Meteion decided to let herself aboard the ship. And it kind of felt like she was trying to kill everybody just right there. And Thancred was somehow able to resist her, and wait a second. Ah, crap. Oh, what the actual fuck? Why is there a petrified dragon here? Oh, there are also unpetrified dragons here. Excuse me, sir, madame. These are ruins. These are clearly ruins. This place was once a civilization. It supported life. The vitrified fort.
Ruins, but of what, I wonder? Perhaps we could find something to help us understand the nature of this place. A relic, an inscription, anything.
Maybe. This place looks like it's been through hell.
I see no one else in this barren waste, do you? Then why do I feel like we're not alone? Like there's another presence with us. Something dark and mournful.
Well, that's probably Meteion. What about this? This place looks like it's melted. Was that a star up there? Is that what this is? This metallic pillar has been partially melted, likely sometime in the distant past. The damage does not appear to have been inflicted deliberately. Rather, it calls to mind the indiscriminate destruction often wrought in the heat of battle. Neuron J's over here looking at what looks like a half-petrified dragon before it just melted. Ew. These remains have long since turned to ash, and yet they retain their form. It's not creepy at all. Oh, this whole place is giving me the heebie-jeebies, Ashtola!
There is a structure here in front of me, yes? A tower of some sort, partially melted. In a strange twist of fate, it seems our perception of this place is not so different as it would be elsewhere. The world is as I used to see it. It feels as though I am dreaming while awake. This is more than the faded memory Meteion led us to believe.
Raha, what do you have to say?
Look here. This part is relatively intact. The intricate design of the top suggests it is man-made, though its builders were surely not men as we conceive of them. Having said that, I swear I have seen this pattern before.
Oh, the dragons. Oh, I think I know where we are. This is Midgard Sommer's homeworld, isn't it? Oh shit. That's what this is. This was the original home of Midgard Sommer. That's why the dragons are here. That's why the freaking place looks familiar. It looks like Dravanian structures. And the Stadian's just up here on the hill, overlooking everything and seeing nothing. I thought this hill might afford a better view of our surroundings. A poor decision in hindsight. Besides the light from the ship, all is shrouded in darkness. If Thancred is here, I'd never know it. From what I can tell, we are near the edge of an island, if you can call it that, surrounded by floating debris.
Were you able to find anything?
Afraid not.
As I feared, and still no trace of Thancred.
Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe this isn't Midgard. Maybe it's Omega. That's what this place reminds me of, the tiling. It reminds me of Omega.
There's nothing but emptiness as far as the eye can see, which unfortunately isn't very far.
Shit. Was this Omega's homeworld?
Though I can't help but suspect that someone, or something, is here. There are times when I sense it drawing close, and then a chill washes over me, leaving me exhausted. Leaving me with feelings of death and anguish.
Ooh, that might be Medion's song trying to force us into that despair event horizon, and then we pop and turn into blasphemies. 'Cause I have every confidence that her song permeates this area. I think I might see something over there. I felt it too when I was near that thing. Yeah, something about those dragons definitely seems off. Or can they not see them?
What are you talking about? There's nothing there.
Oh shit. Can only those with the echo see the dragon?
Before we jump to any conclusions, perhaps we should search elsewhere. Agreed. We found only more questions when we are in desperate need of answers.
There's a fair stretch of terrain from the ship's port side we've yet to explore.
Let's try searching there, then.
Okay, now I'm really concerned. They can't see the dragons. Astidian? Dekumon, a word before we join the others. Alright, Astidian, what do you want to talk about?
You see them too, don't you? The dragons.
Yep.
As I thought. Their presence is tenuous at best, but there's no mistaking it. No doubt your bond with Midgard Soma, and mine with Nidhogg, is what allows us to perceive them. Could these apparitions be related to the dragons that now live on Aetherius? Better to leave such conjecture to the others. In any case, we must be careful. We may soon find dragons they can see as well. Death and anguish. What happened to them, I wonder?
Like I said, I think this is Midgard Somer's and Omega's homeworld. That fort, after I had a better look at the flooring on that fort, that looks like the freaking tiling we saw in the Omegascape. And it straight up has to be, and is that an aetherite? That is an aetherite. That is a funky looking aetherite, and there are dragon ghosts? Oh my goodness. There are dragon ghosts here. This should be interesting. They're everywhere. Now, $5 question. Can the others see them?
Dragons? Here?
Oh, yeah, they can.
What you see is a memory of a world that once was.
Oh, hey Mityon, are we getting a tour here before you try to kill us?
A world suffering a slow death, whose denizens cried out for the release of oblivion.
What? Their world is dead?
It is. Not a single life remains upon that husk floating in the vast emptiness. These creatures are shadow and shade, perpetuated only to suffuse dynamis with their unending lamentations.
Oh God. Oh, that's horrible. She's using them as dynamis batteries.
Our friend Thancred. Where is he?
A strange question. He is at your side, is he not? Oh yes. He is here and there, and everywhere within this space. He would tell you himself if he had form to form words.
What?
Huh. Such loathing and uncertainty. You don't know why you still exist. In like manner to the oblivion I send, I tried to drown out your ether with dynamis. Beginning with this Thancred, who came at me despite being unable to breathe. Such a simple thing, unmaking men. In the blinking of an eye, he was gone.
Oh.
Didn't even have the chance to be transformed.
Thancred used his little stealth mode, didn't he?
Yet somehow, he managed to leave a slither of himself behind. What you call the heart? Or perhaps the soul. In his final moment, he cried out from it. A single word. Survive. That wish proved stronger than the despair that ruled here. It overpowered it, causing this space to be remade.
Oh.
Into a place you can perceive, and where life can endure. That you draw breath is proof that his soul lives on. For how long, however, remains to be seen.
Holy crap.
Well then, we should hurry and tend to business.
And nothing. Nice try, Extinian, but I think she was a fake.
It's futile. You will never reach the true me. I told you, emotions dictate reality in this space. Such changes as you might work will not alter its nature. You may see, but you cannot touch. Walk, but not advance.
Oh. If these dragons are causing the problem, maybe we fix the dragons'
Meteor
problems.
holds too much sway here. How do we contend with a foe who can unmake us on a whim?
Well, we need to turn off our dynamis batteries. How about we basically get these dragons to their proper rest?
I do not know. But Thancred gave his life that we might come this far. We must press on.
I'm still trying to come to terms that is Thancred really gone?
Agreed.
Fudge.
We cannot turn tail here. Not without something to show for our comrade's sacrifice.
Crap. Damn. Is he really gone? Or are we just losing our minds here? I don't know. Very interested to find out. Alright, who's got my next quest? Uranje! What's the plan here? On Burdెned wings? No. Okay, so this is deliberate. The weird symbols are definitely deliberate. So, without body, a form of being with which we are not wholly unfamiliar. Indeed, for we existed in a similar state when residing in the first. The circumstances are rather more dire than that, 'tis true, but I choose to believe he is not forever lost to us. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, terrifying thought that. Regardless, in sacrifice he hath afforded us a chance to prevail. Let us not squander it, and ascertain the nature of this realm that we might confront and defeat Meteion. Estinian, Dekumon, would you accompany me in speaking with these dragons? Mayhap they can enlighten us. I would ask the rest of you to survey these surrounds. If there is a path that may lead us to our quarry, we must find it. Alright.
Very well. We can reconvene here when everyone is finished. Meteion said these dragons are shadow and shade from a world whose denizens sought oblivion. As such, they're not like to be amenable to company, let alone conversation. So please be careful.
Well, let us split up and gather what knowledge we may. Alright. Maybe I was partially right, partially wrong. Maybe this is Maybe this place is an amalgamation of a lot of the worlds she's destroyed. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is their world, you know, well, their piece of the world that survives here. I don't really call this surviving. Anyway, Aetheryte, so I can actually go to and from safely in this zone without causing myself too many headaches. All right, time to see what I get out of these dragons.
A visitor, not of this star. Could thy slender hands bring plague to our world? Thy breath extinguish life's feeble flame. Oh, how we would adore thee, alas.
Oh, shoot.
With time our flesh shall wither, our souls fade, and so we wait for its inexorable march unto oblivion. If thou art not come to hasten our demise, I bid thee leave us. We crave not companionship, only silence.
Well, this is going to be a very optimistic episode, clearly full of lighthearted laughter and joy, and yeah, I am already feeling the soul-crushing despair here.
Beyond that distant veil, paradise lost, so glorious, so beautiful. We were a proud and noble race, strength embodied. We knew only love before they came. Metal monstrosities of black and silver. No bonds of blood did they share, nor conviction did they have to guide them.
Oh, fudge. Oh, this is Midgard, Somer, and Omega. Oh. Yep.
A crushing defeat. Never had we known such shame. Still now are the winds, though none could fill these wings burdened by ignominy. We fly no more, only sink into oblivion.
Mayhaps I have to rouse the little baby Midgard Somer to snap these dragons out of their funk. Or maybe I should go back, grab Alpha and what's left of Omega and see if I can't talk some sense into these poor fools. Can I actually get up here safely? Yes, I can. I'm surprised.
Thou hast biddest me speak. Folly. I observe the lesson of stone. I shall not fly, nor speak, nor roar. Only watch and wait and end. But one sight yet stirreth my blood, tempteth me to raise my voice in lamentation. No, the cradle of unsung dragons. No words, no songs are possessed of the weight to describe such tragedy. Go, if that be thy will, I shall remain.
Search for the source of the dragon's woes in Omnol. Oh, crap. It's a nest. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's significance there, isn't there, Estinian? They led you here as well, did they? It was described to me as the source of their woes and proof of their end. I think I'm beginning to see why. It's a hatching ground. Or was. I've seen similar on Atheris. Midgard Somer's kind must once have lived and thrived in a place such as this. I'm pretty sure it was Midgard Somer's ancestors. Vitra said his father was driven from the ancestral home by war and strife. This, then, is the fate of those who remained. Let's have a look around. Maybe these eggs have more to tell of what happened here. Maybe. Check the old eggs. Inside the shattered egg, you find the remains of an unborn dragon. The body's already begun to decompose. The gelatinous half-dried membrane covering the corpse suggests it failed to emerge. So they were killing eggs too, damn. The murky liquid is pooled inside this eggshell. The noxious photo is indicative of contamination. Contamination? Contamination by what? Gingerly lifting a large egg from the viscous mire, you peer inside and see a formless mass soaking in a pool of embryonic fluid. Your stomach turns as you return the egg to its resting place. Oh. Crud. This egg appears to have been broken from the inside out. Perhaps the dragonet within succeeded in hatching. What's this? I thought all the eggs had been ruined.
If the dragonet was indeed hatched, there is no sign of it here, or its sire for that matter. We should look for them.
You start with the cliff tops and I'll search the plains. Shouldn't you be the one searching the cliff tops? Alright, fine. Hello, hello. I see a bereaved dragon and I see some purple smoke. Malformed dragonet. Oh. Oh, that's so sad. The dragon is attacking. It's just horrible. What's up?
The boisterous howling hath been quieted. By thy hand, I presume.
Yeah. Everything all right? I thought I heard a dragon or something resembling one. It wasn't really a full dragon. It was kind of a weird half dragon, half something. Ah, I see what's happened here. Was that your child?
Perhaps. Some eggs within our knoll are indeed mine. If life within one did quicken, the beast thou hast slain may be of my blood. Yet I do not recognize it, twisted and malformed as it is. Not a dragon in truth, but a reminder of our failure, a testament to our shame.
Explain.
They descended from the heavens, cold, heartless machines, and with them rode war and death. With fire and fury, rage and rancor, we gave answer. It was a long and bloody battle, but only the beginning. Untold chaos and destruction swept over the star. In the end, the invaders were victorious. Yet when they looked upon their prize, they deemed it unfit for requisition. We were abandoned to our ruin. The survivors sought to put away their shame, to rebuild, a futile effort. In purest soil, replete with ether, did we once cultivate our nesting grounds, but our lands were barren, and any eggs nurtured in such desolation were fated to rot. What few survived to hatch emerges, abominations. We shall have no new progeny.
But there are dragons among you capable of journeying to other stars.
That there are. Many would make the attempt, each bearing a clutch of eggs. The richest stars were home to the harshest rulers, and the arrival of dragons incited contests for supremacy. When the fires faded, the wars lost and won, they too were reduced to ash and waste. 'Tis the curse of those who seek life, to be drawn into conflict, to conquer or be conquered. A vicious cycle we now choose to break. We tire of conflict, of everything. We wait now in sweet, merciful silence, free from strife and suffering, still as stone.
Wait, you claim your kind is doomed, but there is another star. I think they're too far gone to save, man. Wow, just give me the quest end right there, don't you? And this quests are just freaking depressing, man. Just super freaking depressing. A Test of W'll. At least I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a Test of W'll. They want only to brood in silence, to be left alone with their grief until time itself comes to an end. The sole reward for senseless bloodshed, a pain I understand, and wish that I did not. What fools we were. But now isn't the time for such thoughts. The others will want to hear what we've learned. Come. So much for my thought of helping the dragons get over this, man. They are just utterly inconsolable at this point. And yet somehow now they're giving me side quests. Curious. Let's see what the others have to say.
Oh, good to see you make it back in one piece. The more I see of this place, the more bewildering it becomes. Did your exploration prove eventful? Converse with any dragons?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
We would hear what the dragons had to share with you. Even if it's no different from what they told trαnge, it would have value.
Oh, I'm sure it will. With luck, they'll have learned something to help us devise a plan of action. Probably not. I chanced to gain an audience with several dragons ere we returned, though I expect their tales are much the same as those you heard. Yeah, probably.
Were you able to establish any meaningful contact with the dragons?
Contact, yes. Meaningful, well, technically also yes, but very depressing.
I see. They wish to escape what they perceive to be a cycle of conflict. Thank you, Dekumon, Estinian. As for our part, I believe we are more accurately aware of our confines than before. We started by traversing the perimeter of the island to see if there might be a path leading off of it. Sadly, there was nothing to be found.
There's no small amount of debris floating about, but to be enough to serve as a bridge to lead us elsewhere. No, really?
I considered that, and so I tried throwing a stone onto a potential platform to judge its integrity. But it never reached its mark. As it crossed an invisible threshold just beyond the boundary of this island, it vanished, only to reappear above me and fall at my feet. I would not be too quick to presume that what we see outside this space is as it appears. Which is why I returned to the Ragnarok and asked the locals to search for a potential path. However, the ship's instruments failed to provide conclusive data on the surrounding area. Until we know more, I think it too risky to attempt flying to another island. What Burdεned told us before, that emotions dictate reality here, might be the key. But I'm not entirely sure what emotion might manifest a bridge to lead us to safety.
So what you're saying is we've no way forward. Exactly what Burdεned said. Walk, but no advance.
At present, aye. If it is indeed emotion that governs this island, perhaps it is not Burdεnd's, but the dragons that hold us here. They tire of conflict and have chosen a path of oblivion to escape it. Or rather, they have chosen no path at all, meaning there is no way for the dragons or anyone else here on this island to advance.
Aha! So we do have to solve the dragons' problems.
A sound theory, disheartening though it may be. If that is the case, what recourse do we have? They are not likely to be persuaded to help us. Their reasoning is built on a history of turmoil and strife. Without irrefutable proof, the future is not as bleak as they believe it to be. Mayhap persuasion is not the answer.
What, are we going straight to murder?
Burdεned made to unmake us then and there on the Ragnarok, and she would have succeeded if not for Thancred's determination. She conceded that it was strong enough to overpower the despair that otherwise rules Ultima Thule, and reshape it to a degree. Perhaps it can be done again in like manner, by overpowering the prevailing emotions.
So what, we just need to throw a rave?
It was Ultima Thule's architect, Burdεned herself, against whom Thancred did put himself in a clash of wills. Though I marked no leader among them, as such, I did chance to encounter a dragon possessed of despair far more potent than most. Potent enough, mayhap, to dictate the course for others, and thus their domain to follow. He spoke but few words, carefully chosen, their tone and timbre alone threatening to rend my heart in twain. Challenging his desire to remain may allow us to alter the island upon which we stand. Alas, I fear my vaunted rhetoric availed me not against his calcifying heart. But mayhap one of you will fare better.
Maybe. I still think I should pull Midgard Sommer out. Maybe that'll snap these buggers out.
Then I shall guide thee. All End, they call him, in the dragon tongue. Thou wilt find him nearby, eyes fixed upon the water.
Guessing that's the one that was center screen there.
Well, what do we have to lose? Let's get going.
Like I said, just pull Midgard Sommer out. I mean, I know he's technically sleeping, but to see what's left of his world, he might actually wake up for this. Justinian, are you not coming? Or is there something else? Maybe I should go get Varshan and Vitra. No, he was definitely far from the others. And this is a voiced cutscene, I'm guessing?
He remaineth as he was when I first approached, entombed in melancholy.
I see. Perhaps I could...
I'll handle this.
Oh. Oh, and the vault theme kicks up.
So, waiting to die like all the others, are you?
Our pride is crushed, and our souls corrupted. The winds are stilled, and the heavens offer no comfort.
It's like the ancients, I have to talk over them.
There is nothing left for our kind. Our long lives of curse as we await the end. Still as stone we shall become.
So you say. Yet your kind has found a new beginning on our star. One of you braved the expanse, bearing with him a clutch of eggs. They and their children now rule our skies, their song heard by all.
Our kin on another star. And yet, upon thee do I smell the blood of my brethren. Were they drawn to discord and war on their new home?
They were. They suffered much, and repaid their suffering in kind.
It mattereth not whither we fly. Ever will a sanguine ocean await us. Ever will retribution's wheel turn. And so, on the last of my pride as a dragon, I break free of this wheel. I renounce conflict, exile myself from the other, never again to be touched by the flames of hatred.
Had your brethren made the selfsame choice, my family might still be alive. Yet lasting peace does not come to those who simply retreat from conflict. No, you must be willing to confront it, to stare into the face of your foe, and see yourself in him. Only then can you break the cycle of torment and tragedy. This lesson, a dear friend taught me at the risk of his life. There is no nobility in your penance. You wallow in self-pity. And after everything we've endured, we will not let you stop us.
Oh, he is going for violence. It was a bird?
Estinian!
Stay back!
Tired of war, we tire of turmoil. Dignity tarnished, crimson stained. Our misery, our shame, too much to bear. Release us from life.
the emotion that bars our way. The rest is up to you.
Oh no. Oh, that's what this whole freaking area is going to be. It's going to be the Scions sacrificing themselves one by one to this BS.
No! Not Estinian too!
I better get him back. Whoa. Oh. Did we just suddenly get away
There's a
forward?
wind. He's opened the way for us.
Shit.
Sacrificed himself to remake this place. Like Thancred did. Oh, Alphino.
I said I better get him back.
Come. Let us follow the wind. It will not lead us astray. He would not.
Oh, this place sucks. Maybe that's how we're ending the Scions, by having all the Scions end up killing themselves to try and get us there. So in the end, we're standing alone. Well, crud, who am I supposed to use for my final dungeon slash trial slash whatever I have to face at the end? It's usually a dungeon and a trial. Man, I still haven't been able to find a single ether current yet.
Look there. The wind.
Yeah, I'd love to look there, but the camera won't let me.
This is Estinian's doing. I'm sure of it. We should ride its flow and see where it leads.
Touch the wind confluence and wait for the others at the designated location. Oh gosh, this thing is throwing me. Oh. A powerful gale has delivered you to another island. The other Scions should arrive before long. You know, just give them a minute or two to work up the courage to get flung across the expanse like that. Hey, everybody's here.
He did it. He found a way forward for us.
The cost was just too great.
The dragons remained trapped within a prison of their own making, lamenting the horrors of war. Yet Estinian knew them better than most. He was a man of honor and a dear friend, willing to fight to the very end for what he believed was right. And he's still fighting Alphino, just like Thancred. Their sacrifices are why we can survive here, why we still have a chance to stop her. Even in spirit, they're unwilling to give in to despair, and we mustn't either. Alice is right. We must press on, for their sake.
Okay. And we are just pushing that nod counter up. Alright, I think we can get one more quest in. Alphino? What the heck? Roads paved? Sacrifice.
As Istola and Alice said, we must continue.
Alright. So where to next?
Notice the change in our surroundings. Perhaps this is the memory of an altogether different world. 'Twould be prudent to learn more of it then. Tread carefully, lest we lose our footing in this sand.
Okay. So I was right. Ultima Thule is made up of a hodgepodge of different worlds that Meteion has probably destroyed, or at least gathered together, you know, big chunks of despair. Look at that. That's clearly another continent down there. Okay, we got some interesting architecture here. What you guys found? Were it not for the violet crystal embedded in its surface, it would appear as ordinary stone. A curious script hath been etched upon them, and that, alas, is not a language with which I am familiar. That's not surprising.
I cannot say I recognize it either.
Nor I.
The dragons, from what I recall, preserve their knowledge in song and eschew the written word entirely, so we may assume this is the work of another race, one we have yet to encounter. Meteon claimed the dragon's world suffered a slow death, seeking the release of oblivion. What life we find here, like as not, doth wend its way towards a similar end. So, the real question is, what life will we find here? I see some weird... That's the freaking catastrophe! It's called Other One. That's a drifting Ia. What the heck are we seeing? I mean, I see a wind current. That's one thing I see. What in the world do you suppose that is over there? It looks like a hentai monster. It is a hentai monster. I'm not sure. It's hard to make out at this distance, but its surface seems to bear the same crystals as this monument. Meaning, there's a chance we may find whoever built them both. We should go and have a look, come on. Alright. But clearly I need to go and get that ether current first. I'm guessing if I use my compass, it'll point me right to it, because it's clearly the closest thing. Okay, even the local plant life around here is freaking alien looking. And there's a whole host of these weird drifting Ias, whatever they are. Ah, it is up here. I can hear it. There you are. I was sitting there like, I can't be that far away from me. It's super close. It's on top of this freaking structure that's literally right above where I'm supposed to be going with the quest. And I'm gonna take a lot of fall damage here. Ow. What in the world? Weird looking critters around here, man. That's a new theme. Haven't heard that before. Hail, travelers. This is a most unexpected occurrence.
And who might you be, or what might you be?
Oh, hello there. Is this your home? Oh, indeed it is. Ah, forgive me. I had forgotten. An exchange of introductions is expected when first meeting those with whom one is unacquainted.
Oh. Ah! His head came off! I went back!
When the vibration of vocal folds was still required to convey our thoughts and intention, Ia, I believe, was the pronunciation used when referring to our people. Though it is not entirely applicable given our present state, you are welcome to use this appellation. As for nomenclature to addressing my individual person, I believe it would be pronounced Kof Godog. Yes, Kof Godog, of the Ia.
Yeah.
We've encountered beings that communicate intermittently through thought, but never one that is wholly without voice. I presume we are having this conversation via the medium of ether, or dynamis, as the spaces have used vast quantities of it. Fascinating in either case. I gather your response to my presence is positive then? That is well, but there is something I wish to ask of you. Like yourselves, we Ia are ether-based life forms. Therefore, it may be surmised that your bodies are of comparable biological composition to those we once possessed. I have a number of queries regarding your subjective perception of the five senses: sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. In total, I have prepared 198,712,180,827.
That might be a few too many.
That's rather a lot, isn't it? Ah, my apologies. I have omitted a great many details necessary to understand the nature of my request. Though we dispensed with our corporeal vessels long ago, we have rediscovered a need for the flesh, and have endeavored to recreate our erstwhile forms. However, all pertinent records have been lost due to the passage of time. Take, for example, the nervous system. It is well within our power to recreate, but we have no frame of reference for sensations once experienced by our people, which may compromise our ability to interact with our physical environment. And the reason you need to regain corporeal forms? Why, to bring an end to our existence, of course.
God dang it, here we go again with this.
Though need is perhaps too strong a word. It would be a simple matter to unmake ourselves through use of etheric exsanguinators, but such a death seems inadequate. The traditionalists among us believe proper death requires an inescapable sense of impermanence in one's final moments, an experience found only with bodies of flesh.
Well, that's not disturbing at all.
We should like very much to hear more of your plans. In exchange, we will answer any questions you have to the best of our ability. Such an exchange of information would indeed prove useful. Very well. To ensure a faceless exchange, I hereby invite you to our home. Yes, the abode of the E, where we traditionalists prepare for our demise. I presume your consent to answer questions is indicative of a tacit approval of our plans, in which case, your cooperation is greatly appreciated. I must caution you, however, to be mindful of the E wandering over the desert. Their desire for bodies of flesh could be described as overzealous. Now, if you would follow me. This way. Oh, this is going rather smoothly. Not that I'm complaining, mind. Even so, we mustn't forget their aim is oblivion, much like the dragons. Though I fail to see why a civilization so seemingly advanced would choose to unmake all that they have created. At any rate, we will find no answers dallying here. Let us be on our way.
This is going to be creepy. What am I talking about? It is creepy! Alright, are there any other ether currents around this area? Northwest. Well, if this wasn't proof that the weird area that we've been wandering through is indicative of Omega, well, that's definitely Omega's little monitor thing. It's a B rank hunt. And more importantly, I was right, there is another ether current over here. Perfect. God dang it, too far away. Here. I'm at the edge of the frickin' universe here, and I'm picking up ether currents. Oh well, this is an interesting looking little area. They live in crystals? I suppose they don't have bodies, so I guess that makes some sense.
More violet-colored crystals. I cannot place my finger on it, but there is something unsettling about them. I should not be surprised their concept of a village is so different from ours, and yet...
THULE. The Isle of Dragons was shrouded in the silence of the dead, yet the stillness here doth suggest the Ea are, by and large, merely sleeping.
Something tells me we have different definitions of the word abode.
Yeah, they have rocks.
They said there would be others, but I don't know what I was expecting. Welcome to our abode. Most of our compeers, you will find, remain idle in their domiciles, though your quizzical expressions indicate my phrasing is unclear. I speak, of course, of the violet crystalline constructs hanging from the stone structures there. You say they remain idle. What of your work to regain corporeal beings? An astute question, and understandable, given your finite nature. We have no desire to pursue our research, for it is no longer necessary. If, in our idleness, we are struck by sudden inspiration, we rise to pursue said inspiration to its conclusion. That is why I was present for your arrival, and why I continue to engage with you still. But while the others are not currently in a mobile state, rest assured they would not object were you to disturb their respite. You need only cast your thoughts toward one of the crystalline domiciles to communicate.
Alright. Alien culture, man. What do you want?
Even should they elect not to emerge, you need but cast your thoughts to the crystals to communicate with the E within.
Commune with the crystalline domiciles, and more importantly, pick up the aetherite that's here that... Man, all the aetherites here just look weird. Hello? Is anybody in here? I have to attune with this like an aetherite. That's funny. You cast your thoughts toward the crystalline domicile, but there's no response. The first one, and it's a dud. That's a good sign. Number 2, anything from you? This one's not glowing as much.
You wish to speak? Very well. Pray, a moment if you would.
And what does this rock say? It says, go away!
Why we seek our end, you ask? If you wish to know, I will tell you. Just a moment. I must remember. What form did I take when I last emerged?
This is an interesting culture here, and yeah, I see the weird gem monsters. We've seen those before. Do not like having to fight those. Ugh. Ugh. The strange moaning comes and goes, but soon fades into silence. This one is clearly still rolling out of the crystal bed. Man, these cultures are weird.
Did your inquiries yield satisfactory responses?
Sort of. Kinda got 2 of them to respond.
I see. If they fail to answer, then it is likely because their minds have unraveled due to prolonged idleness. They are not but concentrated ether now. Worry not. There are no others who have needed those lodgings, and they will not provide a hindrance to remain as they are. But more important, you said some few did answer your request for an audience, yes? I imagine they will be with us ere long.
Well. Didn't spawn any side quests, but I think that is where we're gonna have to leave this for now. This area is creepy, it is crawly, it is odd, and yet I'm kind of in love with it. So yeah, go figure there. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more AOs and adventures. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.